Hello students, today we are going to study integers for class 7 part 2. Okay, so in part 1 we had talked about basic recapitulation of whatever we had done in class 6. So today we are going to do properties of integers. So what are properties? As you know from your science chapters, there can be different properties or attributes of a particular thing, whatever we are studying. So in this case, it is for the integers. So in case of integers, let us see what are the properties. But before that, let us talk about those names of the property that we are going to discuss, that whether that will be applicable for those integers or not. Okay, so first is closure. So what do we mean by closure? It comes from the word obviously closed. That means it's part of something. So this closure property, let us take over first a natural number. Okay, that way it will be easy to understand. Okay. So when you have a natural number, you add 1 plus 5. What do you get? 6. So the result that you're getting, that is also a part of natural number system. Let us take another example. 7 plus 8. How much does it come to? 15. So 15 is also having the closure property being fulfilled because 15 is also a natural number. So we can clearly say that natural numbers form the closure property, or they follow the closure property under addition. Okay, do natural numbers follow closure property under subtraction also? Let us see. 7 minus 3, that comes to 4. 4 is a natural number, so can we say it follows the closure property under subtraction also? Okay, let us take another example. 3 minus 7, what does it come to? It comes to minus 4. Is minus 4 a natural number? No, it's not a natural number. So obviously closure property is not being followed by natural number under subtraction. Okay, now let us take multiplication for example. In case of multiplication, suppose 3 into 7, that comes to 21. 21 is a natural number. So of course multiplication, like whether you multiply whatever two natural numbers, the result will always be a natural number. So that way natural numbers follow the closure property under multiplication. Let us see division. Suppose we do 12 by 3, that comes to 4. It's a natural number. But suppose we do something like 15 by 4, that won't remain a natural number. Okay, so as we can see from the property for natural numbers, see, we are trying to understand the properties through natural numbers, and then we'll continue to whole numbers and integers. In class 8 you are going to do the closure property for rational numbers. Okay, so for addition, it's being followed. For subtraction, it's not being followed. Then for multiplication, it's being followed. For division, it's not being followed. Okay, now when it comes to whole number, in whole numbers what will happen? Suppose we want to add two whole numbers. So whole numbers is what? Just an extension of natural number with 0 being added to the set. So when you add two whole numbers, 0 plus 7, that gives you another whole number. So addition will definitely be following the closure property. Okay, let us look for subtraction. 3 minus 3, which earlier in natural number system used to give 0, obviously now also it will give 0 only, but earlier 0 was not part of the natural number system, so it was not following the closure property. But 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 is a whole number. So can we say it's following the closure property for subtraction now? Let us look for another example. 3 minus 7. It will be minus 4. So minus 4 is not part of whole number. So for whole numbers, subtraction will still not be following the closure property. Let us see for multiplication. 3 into 0 will be 0. 5 into 7, 35. So for multiplication, it will follow the closure property. For division, of course, it will not follow the closure property. Okay. So we have studied about natural numbers and whole numbers as per the closure property. Now let's come to integers. In case of integers, what will happen? Let us look at addition. When you want to add two integers, say minus 1 plus minus 5, it would be minus 1 and minus 5 would give you minus 6. Minus 6 is also an integer, so it would be very much be following the closure property. Let us look for subtraction. Minus 1 minus 6. Is it getting too complicated? Okay, I'll give you an easier example, then we'll come to this example. Let's come to 3 minus 7. 3 minus 7 is minus 4. Minus 4, is it an integer? Yes, of course it's an integer. Okay, let's come to this complicated one. Minus 1, minus of minus 6 means plus 6. Okay, so it's basically 6 minus 1, which is plus 5. So 5 is also an integer. So we can see now subtraction is following the closure property under integers. Okay, let us look for multiplication. Multiplication, what will happen? 3 into 7 is 21. So 21 is also an integer, so it will follow the closure property. Minus 3 into minus 7, it would be plus 21. So multiplication also follows the closure property because the product that we are getting, that is also an integer. Let us look for division. In division, what will happen? Let's take 3 by 2. 3 is an integer, 2 is an integer. But when we divide them, the result is a rational number. It's a fraction, but it won't be a integer. So division is still not following the closure property. Okay. Regarding this closure property, we are going to study in class 8 also on rational numbers. Okay. That is also chapter 1 in class 8. So the first property we have studied for integers over the 4 operators. Okay, by the way, suppose we are taking 3 plus 7. This is known as operand. Okay, this is operand 1, this is operand 2. Okay, and the one that acts on these two operands is known as the operator. So these symbols that we use to signify operator, that it's plus or minus, these are known as the operators. Okay, so we have studied about the 4 operators, that is plus, minus, multiply, divide, over, natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. So if we make a table for this over closure property, so what will happen? Natural numbers, it follows the closure property. Over whole number also it follows the closure property. For integers also it does. Subtraction, for natural number no, whole number no, but for integers it follows the closure property. For multiply, yes, yes and yes. For division, no, no and no. Okay, so this was the closure property. Now let's come to the next property, that is commutative property. Commutative means, the property basically means the order in which you operate through the operators, the result should not be affected. To make it simple, if I add 3 with 7 or 7 with 3, the answer should be same. The result should not be affected. So in this case, whether I add 7 to 3 or 3 to 7, the answer is coming to same. Okay, but suppose if we do the same thing over the minus operator, then what happens? 7 minus 3 is 4, and if we change the order, 3 minus 7, this will be minus 4. The answers are not same, so we can clearly see. Okay, now let us see for natural numbers first, whether it's following the commutative rule or not. So in addition, it will follow the commutative rule. In case of subtraction, it won't. In multiply, it should 3 into 7 or 7 into 3. The answer remains same. So it follows the commutative rule. Now division, 3 divided by 7 and 7 divided by 3. Obviously over natural number they are not even possible, and even over rational numbers the answer won't be same. Okay, so division does not follow the commutative rule. Okay, that was for the natural numbers. For whole numbers, the system will still remain same, because the order in which you subtract, that won't change. It will remain same only. So the for addition it will be following commutative, for subtraction it won't be, for multiplication it will be, for division it won't be. Okay, let us see for integers what happens over in. So commutative is a property. Okay, so we check the commutativity of integers over a particular operator, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. So for integers what will happen? -2 plus -7 and -7 plus -2. It will be -9. In this case also it will be -9. So for addition, it will follow the commutative rule. Let us see for subtraction. -3 minus 5. Okay, and 5 minus -3. Let us see what happens. -3 minus 5 is -8. In this case, 5 minus of -3 will be 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So the answer is different in this case. So it won't follow the commutative rule. Let's see for multiplication. -2 into -7 or -7 into -2. The answer would be same, +14. +14 in this case also. So multiplication will follow the commutative rule. For division, if we try to do the division, what will happen? -2 divided by 1 will be -2. Okay, but if we just change the operands, -1 divided by 2 won't be same. In commutative property, over integers, addition and multiplication will follow the commutative rule, but subtraction and division will not follow the commutative rule. So we have seen the closure property and the commutative property. Now let us come to the next type of property, which is also known as the associative property. So in case of associative property, what will happen? In case of associative property, it means the order in which they get associated, the ultimate answer should not get affected. For example, if we add 7 plus 5 plus 3, okay, 7 plus 5 get associated or 5 plus 3 get associated and we solve the problem, the answer should not be affected. So let us see by the first method, 7 plus 5 plus 3, or it could be 7 plus 5 plus 3. 7 plus 5 is 12 plus 3, that gives you 15. In this case, 7 plus 8, which gives you 15 again. So the order of association is not affecting the final result. The final result is coming as same. So as we can see, associative nature would be very much followed for addition. Okay, for natural numbers, for whole numbers, as well as for integers. Let us see for subtraction what will happen. For subtraction, suppose we have an example, suppose 7 minus 3, okay, minus 2. 7 minus 3, and the other way of working is 3 minus 2. Okay, so let us look at the problem one by one. 7 minus 3 minus 2, that is 4 minus 2, that is 2. Okay, the other way of associating would be 7 minus 3 minus 2. Okay, so 7 minus 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1, which comes to 6. So associative property does not work over subtraction. Okay, let us look for multiplication. 3 into 5 into 7. Okay, 3 into 5 is 15, into 7 is 105. Okay, now if we do the same thing, 5 into 7 into 3, so 3 into 35, that also comes to 105. So associative property is followed over multiplication also. And let us look for division. 3 divided by, suppose let's take a better number, 30 divided by 3, okay, divided by 2, or let's say by 3 itself again. So 30 divided by 3 is 10 divided by 3, okay, which is obviously not an integer. Now let us look at another example. 30 divided by 3 divided by 3, so 30 divided by 1, which is 30 itself. So the answer will not be same. Okay, so associative property is being followed by addition and multiplication, but not by subtraction and division. That is why we have the associative properties for addition and multiplication only in the book. Okay, so we have understood the three basic properties: closure, commutative, and associative. Now there is another property also, distributive property, that we will be studying only for multiplication. Okay, so as of now we have studied the basic properties. Okay, now there is one more thing that I would like to add: multiplication. Multiplication of integers. Now since childhood you are doing multiplication of two positive numbers, that comes to, and the result is always a positive integer. Now in this case there could be four possibilities. The first number is positive, second is also positive. The first number is positive, second is negative. First number is negative, second number is positive, and both the numbers are negative. So let us see what would be the result of each one of them. When we multiply two positive numbers, the result is also positive. Positive and negative will give us negative. Negative positive will give us negative. Negative negative will give us positive. That means if the sign of the numbers are same, then the result is always plus. And if the signs change, like if the signs of the two operands are different, So the overall result will be minus. Let us look at examples of such cases. So let us take this example. Plus 3 into minus 7. That will give me 7 3s are 21. Now this is plus and this is minus, and they are multiplied, so overall it would be minus. Let us take third example. Minus 3 into 7 plus 7. That would again give 3 7s are 21, and minus and plus multiplied will give me minus. And if we have minus 3 into minus 7, that will give me again the magnitude will be 21, and minus into minus will give me plus 21. Okay. Now if we are going to multiply three numbers, say minus 3 into minus 5 into minus 2, minus 3 into minus 5 would give me plus 15 into minus 2. So overall it would be minus 30. So whenever there are odd number of minus signs, so overall the result will be minus only. And if there are even number of minus signs, like for example minus 2 into minus 3 into 7 into minus 5 into minus 2. So in this case 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is even number of minus signs. So overall result will be plus only. Let's see. Minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6 into 7 into 5 2s are 10. Minus into minus will give you plus. So this would be plus 10. So overall result would be positive only. So even number of minus signs will give us, when the number of minus signs are even, then the result will always be positive, and when the number of minus sign is odd, it will always give us a negative answer. Okay, so whatever I have taught till now, it will all be used in your rest of the exercises. Okay, so we'll see rest of the exercises. Let us come to the exercise 1.2. So the sum is minus 7. So minus 3 plus minus 4 will give me minus 7. Difference is minus 10. Okay, so overall the difference should be equal to minus 10. Okay, so in this case we can take minus 14 minus of minus 4. The result would be minus 10. The third question is sum is 0. This is the easiest one. 6 plus minus 6 will give me 0. Now the next question is write a pair of negative integers whose difference gives 8. Okay, so two negative numbers, so minus 3 minus of minus 11, so that would give me minus 3 plus 11, so that would give me 8. Okay. Now part B is write a negative number and a positive integer whose sum is minus 5. Okay, so minus 10 plus 5, that would give me minus 5. Third question says write a negative integer and a positive integer whose difference is minus 3. Okay, so we'll write a negative and a positive integer, so overall the result is minus 3. Okay, so question number 3 is in a quiz team A scored minus 40 plus 10 and 0. Okay, and team B scored 10 0 and minus 40. So let us see which team wins. So the first team scored minus 40 plus 10 and plus 0, and in this case they made 10, 0 and minus 40. So overall result in their case would be minus 30. In this case also the result would be minus 30. So basically they are tied at the same position. Now question number 4 is very easy. Minus 5 plus minus 8 is same as minus 8 plus minus 5. So what is the property that we are following? We are following the commutative property. Okay. Commutative property says a plus b is same as b plus a. So question number 4 you can do on your own. It's basically whatever number is missing, that number you have to put it there. Okay. Now let us look at exercise 1.3. So in 1.3 they are saying find the product of. Okay. So 3 into minus 1 would give me how much? 3 ones are 3, and there is only one negative sign, that is an odd number of minus sign, so minus 3. Okay. Minus 1 into 225 would give me minus 225, and minus 21 into minus 30. So the result in this case would be plus. Okay, so it would be plus 630. Okay, so next question is minus 316 into minus 1, that would give me plus 316. Minus 15 into 0 would give me into minus 18, everything combined would give me 0 only. Anything multiplied with 0, you don't have to multiply the other things, just simply you have to write 0. So minus 12 into minus 11 into 10, that would give me 1320. How? Minus and minus gets multiplied to give a plus, and there is already a plus over here. So overall the result is 1320 plus 1320. So rest of the questions also you can do very easily. Question number 2 is that we are supposed to verify that 18 into, okay, this is the distributive property that we are yet to do. Okay, so let us do distributive property. What is distributive property? A in distributive property over multiplication. Okay, b plus c. So this is the multiplication sign. So a multiplied with b plus c can be written as a multiplied with b, so ab, and then there is a plus sign, and then a multiplied with c, ac. Let us try to understand with an example. 10 multiplied by 4 plus 3, so that would be 10 into 4, 10 into 4 plus 10 into 3, so that would be 10 fours are 40 plus 30, that gives me 70. Had we multiplied directly also it would have been okay, but then this is a property which would be needed later in algebraic expression also, and most of the chapters from class 8 onwards. Okay, so question number 2 from 1.3 exercise was about verifying the same thing, that whether the left hand side is same as the RHS or not. Okay, so just let us take one example, and rest of the questions you can do. In left hand side, what do we have in question number 1? We have 18 into 7 plus minus 3. Okay, so what do we get? 18 into basically 7 minus 3. So what do we get? 18 into 4, which is 72. Okay, this is your LHS. Now let us look at the RHS. RHS is 18 into 7, 18 into 7, which gives me 18 into 7 plus 18 into minus 3. Okay, So I get 126 minus 54, which gives me 72 again. So LHS is equal to RHS. Okay. So part B also can be done in the same way. Okay. So for question number 3, they are saying for any integer a, what is minus 1 multiplied with a? So anything, as I have already told, if you multiply a with minus 1, it would be minus a. So that is the additive inverse of the number itself. So minus 22's additive inverse would be plus 22. 37's additive inverse would be minus 37. 0's additive inverse will remain 0 itself, because you multiply with negative number, the answer would remain 0 only when you are multiplying with 0. Okay. So now let us look at question number 4. They are saying starting from minus 1 into 5, write down the product showing some pattern to show minus 1 into minus 1 equal to 1. So in this case, we can show minus 1 into 5 is minus 5. Minus 1 into 4 is minus 4, which can be written as minus 5 plus 1. Minus 1 into 3 can be written as minus 3, which is minus 4 plus 1. Okay. Then we can write minus 1 into 2, that can be written as minus 2, which is basically minus 3 plus 1. Minus this into 1 will give me minus 1, which can be written as minus 2 plus 1. Okay. And finally, we can write minus 1 into 0 will give me 0, which is minus 1 plus 1. Okay. So we are having a pattern over here. So question number 5, it asks us that find the product using suitable properties. So the question is 26 into minus 48 plus minus 48 into minus 36. So what do we see? There is minus 48 in common with both of them, and we can clearly see it's the distributive property that is being used. So we can write the same thing as minus 48 into 26 minus 36. Okay. So finally we are going to get the answer as minus 48 into minus 10, which is minus into minus, that will give us plus. So final result will be 480. Okay. So similarly for question number B, 8 into 53 into minus 125. So basically we need to multiply all three of them. So we are going to use the property that is commutative one, that in whatever order you multiply, the result will not vary. Okay. Question number C, it is 15 into minus 25 and minus 4 into minus 10. So in this case, it's a multiplication of all the four numbers. So basically we can multiply it using the properties that we have learned over here. Okay. So let me just do this one for you. 15 into minus 25 into minus 4 into minus 10. Okay. So how many number of minus signs we have? We have got 3 of them. So here the aim is to make sure that you multiply them in such a way so that your multiplication for the next step is easier. So if we do 15 into minus 25, it would be a lot of calculation. So 25 fours we know is 100. So that should make our life little easy. So 15 into 100 into minus 10. Okay. Now we know again this would be 15 into minus 1000. Okay. And overall the result will be minus 15 followed by 3 zeros. Okay. So the aim was to ensure that how do we multiply them in such a way so that our calculation is easiest of all. Okay. So let us look at another question. Minus 41 into 102. How do we multiply so that things become easy? Minus 41 into 100 plus 2. This can be what we have done. We have broken up 102 as 100 plus 2, and finally what we will get? Minus 41 into 100, then plus minus 41 into 2, that is minus 82. Okay, so overall result would be minus 4182. Okay, now let us look at question number E. Question number E is 625 into minus 35 plus minus 625 into 65. So what we can do, we can see 625 is common, but there is a plus sign and there is a minus sign. So what we can do, we can transfer the negative sign to the other one. So we can write it as 625 into minus 35 plus 625 into minus 65. 625 is common in both of them, so we can write 625 within bracket minus 35 minus 65. So this becomes 625 into minus 100. So overall result is minus 62500. Okay. So rest of the question also, it's pretty easy. 7 into 50 minus 2, same thing. We are going to use the distributive property. Minus 17 into minus 29, that is basically even number of minus signs, so overall result will be positive. And again question number, again for next question, minus 57 into minus 19 plus 57. Okay, so we can use the distributive property here also, or we can do through simple calculation, but since this chapter is about distributive law, so it's better to use that one. Okay, so let us do question number 4. Certain freezing process requires the room temperature to be lowered from 40 degrees Celsius. So the initial temperature is equal to 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, change in temperature per hour is minus 5. Change is minus 5 degrees Celsius every hour. And how many hours are we going to keep it? We are going to keep it for 10 hours. Okay, so so what is the final temperature? Final temperature will be equal to 40 degree plus minus 5 into 10 hours. As per Bodmer's rule, multiplication will happen first. So 40 minus 50, that is final temperature is minus 10 degree Celsius. Now let us look at question number 7. In a class test containing 10 questions, 5 marks are awarded for every correct and minus 2 for every incorrect answer. Okay, and 0 for questions not attempted. So in this case, Mohan gets 4 correct and 6 incorrect answers. So what is his score? So every correct answer will give me 5 marks. So 4 correct into 5, that gives me 20, that is plus 20, and for incorrect there is minus 2. So 6 into minus 2, that gives me minus 12. So overall the result will be plus 8. So Mohan will get plus 8. Now Reshma gives 5 correct answers. So 5 correct answers into 5 marks, and then 5 incorrect. So plus 5 into minus 2. We can use the distributive law also over here, or we can go for normal multiplication. Overall it becomes minus 10, that becomes 15. So Reshma scores plus 15. Hina gets 2 correct, so 5 into 2 and 5 incorrect, so plus 5 into minus 2. So we can see 10 minus 10, which comes to 0. So let us look at question number 8. Cement company earns a profit of 8 rupees per bag of white cement sold. White cement profit of 8 per bag. Rupees, better write this way, rupees 8 per bag. Okay. And in case of, and a loss of 5 rupees per bag of grey cement sold. So this will be plus 8 and this would be minus 5 per bag in case of grey cement. So the company sells 3000 bags of white cement and 5000 of grey in a month. So what is the profit or loss? So in case of white cement, they are having a profit of 8 rupees, and in grey they are having loss of 5 rupees. So it would be 3000 into 8, actually plus 8, plus how many grey bags? 5000. 5000 into minus 5. Okay, so this would be 24000 minus 25000, overall loss of 1000 rupees. Okay, now next question is, what is the number of white bag cements it must sell to have neither profit nor loss if the number of grey bags sold is 6400? So loss incurred while in this question, loss incurred by selling 6400 bags for grey cement would be 6400 into minus 5. That would give me minus 32,000. Okay, so let the number of bags, let the number of white bags be X. Okay, white bags sold be X. So profit earned by selling X number of bags would be 8, because rupees 8 into X. So that is the profit, and we want a condition where profit plus loss is equal to 0. Now we can clearly see that profit and loss combined should be 8x plus minus 32,000. That should be equal to 0. Now we'll be studying about linear equation in the next chapter. So whenever the number changes its side from one side to another, the sign changes. So if it is in, so plus of minus overall would be minus only. So this would go to the other side and this would become 8x equal to plus 32,000. And since we have 8 into x, so 8 will go to the other side. So it would become, it will go in the denominator. So it would be x equal to 32. Don't worry if you're not understanding this right now, because we'll be studying this thing in linear equation chapter. Then things will be much easier for you. This gets cancelled and overall we get 4000 as the answer. So 4000 is the number of white cement bags to be sold in order to get no profit, no loss. Let us look at question number 9. Replace the blank with the integer to make it a true statement. So minus 3 into what? It should be multiplied to give you 27. So the final answer is positive. So it has to be multiplied with a negative number. Okay. So minus 3 into minus 9 should give me 27. Five into what will give me minus 35? So obviously it has to be a negative number, and 5 sevens are 35. So this would be 7, minus 7. something into minus 8 should give me 56. Okay, minus 56. So already we have a minus, so this would be a plus number only, and that would be 7. And last one is something into minus 12 should give me 132. So we know there is a minus, so we need another minus sign. Minus 11 into minus 12 will give me 132. Okay, that is it for today. Okay, so we'll be discussing exercise 1.4 in part 3 of the video on integers for class 7. Okay, and stay tuned to this channel so that you can get updates on more and more concepts of maths. And I hope this channel helps you to understand maths in a easier manner. And in case if you are not able to follow any question or a particular concept, you can write down your thoughts in the comment box, and we'll try to make sure that you understand it in even more easier way. We thank you, and do continue to practice maths, because the more you practice, the more perfect you will be. Thank you all.